Here's Frankie Timmons. Over on the left is Super Dave Osborne. Willio Jean Paul in the phase kit over on the left. Nice to meet you, Willio. Nice race. And Super Dave always marked. Always keeping an eye on him. Frankie Timmons strong. Watching him. And we had 2 great races at the Seagull Circuit race this year. And so yeah, pedal Away Prostate 2019. I wasn't feeling too good, so I didn't actually charge my GoPro. So I did not have full battery, and I wish I did. Great race, a lot of action. So anyway, still a lot of action in the first like 7.5 miles here. Super Dave is telling everybody you got a left-hand turn coming up, and yeah, this is probably the best run pedal Away Prostate we've had. It just seemed like the last couple of years some mishaps would happen. People at the corners, the corner marshals didn't signify that we needed a left-hand turn. That police car probably shouldn't be right there. I don't know, but it was. So we're cranking it up 30 miles an hour, and it's always good to kind of push the pace early and thin out the crowd a little bit. I'll tell you right now, of course, you probably already know that Super Dave ends up winning, so hats off to Dave. Nice job. Great sprint, and I wish I had the footage to see it again, because he got through kind of a tight spot, and I freaking hesitated just enough and didn't stay on his wheel. Not that I would have come around you, Dave, but I think I could have been a little bit closer and gotten second. I ended up getting 4th, but I'll take it. And it's just great racing with you. Good competition. And Dean Pearson right here, phenomenal season, and again, marked individual. Roscoe to the left there, strong, and again, marked. So got to pay attention to where these guys are at. Steve Jester is there to the right in the blue helmet, and Steve, hope you're recovering well, dude. Sorry you went down. Bike racing is risky and a touch of wheels, even though you were kind of close to the front. Hope you have a good recovery, dude. And Caleb Oliver there is with Ocean Velo, and yes, I used to race with these guys, and it's unfortunate. It seems like there's some distance, we'll put it that way. So it's all good. I'm going to race my race and do what I can. I'm with Kelly Benefit Strategies, lateral stress velo squad now, and I'm just looking to I counted the other day that there's I believe 13 Cat 3s alone with Kelly Benefit, and that's why I switched teams. Nothing else other than wanting to jump in races with a bunch of people and have some fun, maybe strategizing. Not that team tactics always work out, but yeah, better to have 13 Cat 3s than just 2. And I raced 30 races, or 29 this year, so yeah, it was pretty much solo the whole time. And it's fun, but not as fun as it is when the Tour of Washington County, when Josh Strom, Sam Friedman, and Carl Bavard and I teamed up and got Josh to get on the podium first place. So that was a freaking blast. And that was the most fun strategizing I've ever had. Carl, you're a genius. All right, enough of that. Super Dave, again, the guy's strong. Had an interview with him before the Crystal City Classic, and I think he's won over like 1,000 races. It's just amazing. Very smart, race savvy, and a great kick. I believe this is Steve Sambrino in front of me. Steve is, I think they're from Pennsylvania, and he did the Emirate Crit. So Steve's strong. He's raced this race a few years too. So familiar face. Always up front, mixing it up. So yeah, the opening miles, it's, again, good pace, and not too much action. I think Steve, if I mispronounce your name, Zimbros, and I apologize, Steve, but he did work his way off the front. So I think it was way back on that left-hand turn that we just had, that he worked his way off the front. And yeah, I'm with I'm the only Kelly benefit guy, so I'm not looking to work at all. I'm feeling kind of crappy. I don't know how my legs are going to respond. It is pretty much a head cold, but I'm still a little skeptical on how much I'll be able to push the pace. So there goes Super Dave with a little attack, and kind of pinned in here, and I'm behind Dean. And again, I'm going to let them go, and it's so early. Pretty much there's no really reason for me to get worried. I'm just going to sit in, watch the people that I've already said I'm going to watch, and let things unfold. I can't remember if there's a headwind here or not, but yeah, it's pretty hard to get away solo. Steve, who I just mentioned, is he was a national time trial champion, so yeah, he can get away and stay away. So I understand that there's maybe a little bit of concern, but I mean, this is only 3.4, and so Dean goes. I'm going to sneak through too. It felt like it was comfortable. There's a little bit of the drop off there, but I felt I had enough time to get through, and we end up catching on. Everybody's looking over their shoulder, and again, there's Pearson, Steve Jester, both with Ocean Velo, and Roscoe and Caleb. They have 4 guys. FaZe has Frankie and Willie O, and I can't remember if there's anybody else. And then Super Dave with Artemis. I think there's like 5 or 6. So I'm not going to hardly do any work. That's my strategy. I'm just going to freaking sit in and see what happens. There is no playbook in cycling where you have to do certain things. I can do whatever I like. I can sit in if I want, and that's the way it goes. And if I feel somebody is going to push off the front, like Pearson, and I'm just going to kind of let them go. I don't feel that at mile 4 I'm really going to try and chase anybody down and do some max wattage. I'm just going to pull off and stay behind Frankie, and everything's going to be good. You know, maybe if I felt better, I would try to maybe tell Frankie, you know, let's time trial it, let's go for a bit. But nope, I wasn't in that frame of mind, and I just wanted to sit in. Anytime I see Super Dave moving ahead, yeah, I will definitely put in some watts to keep up with him, and see what happens. I looked over my shoulder, saw the group was still there. So yeah, I drift back and get behind Roscoe. Got a right-hand turn coming up. Yeah, I think it's Steve Tsakimos. I think it's, sorry, Steve, if I mispronounced it. But yeah, Steve is off the front and can time trial like a madman, because I talked to him after the race, and I think his average was like 27 or, I don't know, 28 for the national time trial. So yeah, this is where Dean comes by, Pearson, and he doesn't like the fact that I'm not pulling through and lets me have it. Like, really yells at me saying, what am I doing, waiting for a teammate or something? So it was real sarcastic, kind of a low ball. And I didn't say anything back, but, you know, he's on another team, and he can't tell me what to do or how to race. I'm going to race my race, and if it frustrates him, so be it. But doesn't do any good, dude, to, you know, yell at somebody. So it's just racing. And so Dean kind of semi-attacked, but he's back with the group, and I'm following Roscoe's wheel. Again, they got 4 dudes. I'm riding solo. I'm just gonna kind of ride the train. I did mention to Frankie about mile probably 17, I think. There was going to be some right-hand turns coming up on, I think it was like Hazeltown, and I can't remember the other road, but I mentioned to Frankie that, yeah, maybe we could go ahead and bust it, push it then, with, I think it was probably 5 to go or 6 to go, and I guess that's when the crash happened. And Frankie went off-road into the grass and then tried to catch back on, but he couldn't latch back on. So yeah, I was going to save it till the end, and pretty much did. I hope everybody else is okay in that wreck. I'm not sure who else. There was a couple guys I saw at the lunch tent that had some road rash and everything. But I think Steve had mentioned that he had gone up and over when the 2 guys touched wheels. So yeah, Dave's up front here, and I'll go ahead and push a little bit, just make sure, kind of keep him within reach. But I keep my wattage measured. I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna crush it, like, you know, pushing like 370 or whatever now, but I'm not gonna go like into the hurt locker. So I pull off to the left a little bit and see where everybody's at. I'm not obligated to go chase Steve Kimos down. The guys that have the larger team numbers, those are pretty much the obligated guys to go chase them down. That's the way it works. And that's what Artemis is doing, is they are pushing the pace to try and catch Steve. So nice work, Artemis. And there goes Pearson. And I was thinking about coming around. I don't know this guy's name right now, but Roscoe is going to come in and try and block and disrupt the catch, which is good team tactics, but we're going to end up catching Dean Pearson. I wish I had more footage, but yeah, looking forward to some cyclocross coming up. I'll get some more videos for that, and do some stuff. I'm probably going to get Zwift, so I will see you guys on some Zwift and do some recordings getting in the Hurt Locker on Zwift. And please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Keep me posted if you guys. Oh, I'm doing the Alpine Loop Gran Fondo, so if anybody's doing that, look forward to seeing you there. We got the Seagull Century coming up October 5th. That'll be a good one too. So yeah, give me a shout out, and I definitely will have batteries charged and reserve batteries, reserve chargers for those events too. I hear vegan cyclists might be making it out to the Alpine Loop, so that'd be awesome to ride with him for a few minutes, because Lord knows he's going to be crushing it. But it'd be cool to get an interview maybe afterwards with him for the channel.